aliens. I captured the one that they forced me to, and then that was it. Total credits, I earned basically nothing compared to what they had earned. Well, I covered my first continent. I was on point with the satellite game. These are the credits. I have to say, though, this game, man, this game is really good. Obviously, it's designed to be played on Iron Man difficulty, but I just wanted to screw around, as I've said. And, I think we had a pretty interesting run with this game. I think that definitely this was one of the more interesting games I've played all year long. It's definitely... It's intense, it's hardcore. I can turn off my air conditioner now. There you go. It's you know, real-time strategy. It is not like chess by any means. It's actually very, very, you know, very different. In fact, it reminds me kind of what was that game called? Final Fantasy Tactics Advance for the Game Boy Advance, or Final Fantasy Tactics, but I played Tactics Advance. I didn't play the original. You know what I mean? It's sort of different in that regard. At the same time, though, I think there's some stuff about this game that's kind of annoying. Like the camera angles sometimes, you know, the fact that you can't see, you know, who you're going to be able to see when you move to a certain spot, so it's really guesswork. You know, some small stuff like that, but other than that, this game was fun as hell. I enjoyed myself. You know, for, what was it? I paid, what, $40 for this game? 40 bucks well spent. I enjoyed myself a lot. Unfortunately, rest in peace, Who's Mans. Rest in peace, Billy Mays. Rest in peace, Ashley. Because usually when you kill the person who's mind-controlling your guy, it frees them. Apparently that was not the case in that one instance. It was just an instant death. So, unfortunately, Ashley died. And something that is actually not at all related to what I did in Mass Effect 3. Ashley survived, but unfortunately in this game, in an alternate universe, she sacrificed herself so that Who's Mans, Generico, and myself could save mankind from destruction from the aliens. One thing I will say, though, is all these people who tested the game, this game was actually, I think, for the most part, pretty well tested. Like, I don't remember any big glitches or anything. So, all good, man. All good. Ah, look, production babies. That's something else you see in credits a lot. You see a lot of people crediting, you know, all the babies that were born during the course of the development. Oh, but the music, man. I'm pretty sure the people who made the soundtrack for this game were the same people from Deus Ex. I'm 100% certain of that at this point. It just sounds so much like it, so I'm not... You know, I'm pretty sure that this is, you know, the same people. One thing I will say, though, is now this kind of interests me. I kind of want to play the original XCOM, even though I imagine that that's fucking ridiculous and it's just brutal until you learn everything about it. I kind of want to play the original XCOM because, you know, this game is a remake, or what do you call it, a spiritual reboot or whatever of an old game from, like, way, way back. The original XCOM, who knows where that was from, I forget. And just the way everything looks, like that, like the cutscenes in this game. This game is very similar to Dark Souls. The cutscenes in this game, even though they're sparse, just like Dark Souls, they're definitely well done. Like, all the detail they put into all these cutscenes and whatnot, and your characters, it really makes you feel like these characters really come to life. You know, and they're not just, like, as I said, chess pieces or anything like that. Instead of, you know, just feeling like generic guys, like, you know, these cutscenes and whatnot. Who's Man's telling everyone to run at the end and pushing them out the door? Like, seriously. That's amazing. And I'll never forget whose man's. As long as I live. I'll never forget that flat top, red-haired, slightly mustached with a beard, blue eyes, Caucasian male. I'll never forget him. What I find funny, though, is all the original people on my team died in this mission except for Will Smith. Everyone else died. Billy Mays was... Well, we don't know what happened to Billy Mays. I assume he's dead. Ashley died, and whose man's died. So everything died. Everyone died but Will Smith. So I can't wait. I'm gonna have to hurriedly render this and then push it up tonight. You know, just so it's all done. But just so you know, now tomorrow is XCOM. What is it? The Bureau XCOM Declassified. So good stuff, man. Graphically, this game looks great. It's not hyper realistic, but at the same time, it has a nice art style. You know, a nice style to the graphics. Soundtrack wise, you know, hey, it's the people from Deus Ex, and that soundtrack I loved. So here we go again with another amazing soundtrack that really kind of fits with it. Gameplay wise, it's good, and story wise, it's amazing. This game is really, really well done. And I don't know if I want to take the time out to actually do a verdict on this game. I don't think I have the time to do that. In fact, I know I don't, and I don't even have the majority of the videos I used to upload this game. Like, for example, right now, what am I up to? Like, part 115 I have up. And then this session is, what, about 2 hours, 15 minutes? That's 9 videos, so it will be, what, part 124, 125, give or take. Because, you know, this stuff isn't exactly rounded well. I don't have parts 1 through 115 anymore. I deleted them long ago. I put them up and then I deleted them because I didn't have the space. So, I can't do a verdict on this. Well, I can't make an official verdict. But what would I actually give this game? For example, if I were to do a verdict and I were to sit down and, you know, play this game and then do a verdict specifically after, like I do with most new releases, I'd probably give this game a 93, or a 92 to a 93. Probably 93 because, you know, I like it a lot. You know, it does a lot of good stuff. It's very fun to play. There's a lot of replay value, and hell, I haven't even touched the multiplayer on this game. This game is multiplayer, believe it or not. You know, that's the last thing anyone would expect. You have a game with so much to offer in the story mode, and while, you know, it is difficult, and it is, you know, it has a pretty sharp learning curve, it has a lot of stuff to it. It has a lot of meat. Michael McCann. If I Google him, will it come up? Let's see. Michael McCann. Let's see. He's a Canadian composer for television, video games, and film. He is best known for composing the scores to video games Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Double Agent, yes, Deus Ex Human Revolution, and XCOM Enemy Unknown. So he is. It is the same person. So I just clarified that for myself. He's also done a lot with other stuff, too. He actually won an award for the best original music for Deus Ex Human Revolution, was nominated several times for it. So damn, good work to him. As I said, I think this game actually was more of a sleeper hit last year. You know, I didn't hear much about it. I just heard, you know, XCOM, Enemy Unknown, and I saw a little bit of this game. I'm like, wow, this game looks pretty cool. And I kind of, you know, confused it with the game that they were rumoring. You know, that's coming out tomorrow, The Bureau. I kind of got confused with that. And then I remember one of my friends, he's a big PC guy. He actually knows about XCOM, and I was talking with him about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get this game. I'm going to try it. You see what happens when you try games? You know what I mean? Even though, you know, sometimes you might run into a stinker. Sometimes you might run into a really good game. Sometimes, you know, you buy a game, you have no clue what's going to happen with the game. And I like that feeling, that unknown feeling, you know what I mean? I like that. I like buying a random game, you know, obviously one that has a little bit of effort put into it, or at least looks like it has a little bit of effort. I like buying it, not knowing what to expect, and, you know, sitting down with it, fucking creating a cast of hilarious people to kill aliens. Like, what else could be better? Seriously, what could be better? Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he was nominated for anything from XCOM. Unless that's for this year's video game awards, I don't know. Yeah, it might be this year. Maybe they'll give him something. Whoops. Take Two did a very good job. Fire Axis or Fear Axis or whatever they're called. They did a very good job. I'm very impressed. I enjoyed this game thoroughly. You know, just the setting. I would give, yeah, I believe this deserves a 93. Thank you very much. I believe this game deserves it. I'm going to remember this game. Very memorable. Alright, that's it. That's the end of XCOM Enemy Unknown. We have defeated the aliens. We survived. Unfortunately, it was a bittersweet ending. We had to say goodbye to some people we've held in our hearts, but it's all over now. And their sacrifices were not in vain. And welcome to XCOM Enemy Unknown, Commander. Earth's defense is in your hands. And you know what? I imagine that, you know, a lot of other games, you know, from long, long ago could have really well-done reboots like this. This game deserved pretty much every reward I believe it got. Best of E3 show. Yeah, this game was really fun to play. So, I'm glad I had the chance to play it. Like Sleeping Dogs, like Kingdoms of Amalur, like all these other games that came out in 2012 that I had no idea what to expect. I'm glad I had the chance to play it. There were really a lot of good hits in 2012. The only other thing is the missing. You miss far too often. 70%. Oh, miss. So, you know, whatever. That's fine. So, that's it for XCOM Enemy Unknown. And now, you know, I'm kind of reluctant to put this game down because I like it a lot. This is the worst part of a playthrough, man. It's over. It's all over. Well, I'll spare you guys. I'm gonna go wallow in, you know, wallow in pity and wallow and feel bad about myself because my favorite people died. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. XCOM The Bureau comes out tomorrow, or The Bureau XCOM Declass, whatever the fucking name is. It's really complicated and convoluted. That comes out tomorrow. I'm gonna push these videos up. They'll probably all be up by like maybe 2 or 3 in the morning. And I don't know if you guys will watch this before I actually start XCOM Declassified or whatever. I might do Splinter Cell first. I don't know. So we'll have to see. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Keep my disc tray clear so I have plenty of stuff, or I mean plenty of room for these games. Thank you, and good night. And never forget, whose man's is not a person. He's an idea. Anyone can be whose.